Another blow on Donald Trump's face as Judge Juan threatens to jail him if he does not provide evidence in 4 hours. Trump has constantly been disregarding the court's rules. Let's get into the details together. A judge gave former President Donald Trump 4 hours to abide by a gag order, threatening to put him in prison if he didn't. This was just another legal setback for the disgraced politician. Judge Juan found former President Donald Trump in contempt of court for breaking a gag order, as reported by NBC News on Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. As a result, Trump might soon face prison time. In a decisive ruling, Merchan informed Trump that he would not be allowed to continue his deliberate disregard for the court's rules. Merchan's decision was made after Trump continued to post on Truth Social while being under a gag order. Trump disregarded the court's orders, even though he was fined $1,000 for each infraction, which led Merchan to conclude that jail time was the appropriate penalty. In his ruling, Merchan said, "This court must consider alternative measures, including the possibility of jail time, to enforce compliance, even though a $1,000 fine may not have a significant impact on someone of considerable wealth." The severity of the infractions was highlighted by the judge's ultimatum, which required the removal of the offending social media postings by 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Trump's persistent disobedience to legal restrictions highlights the conflict between his right to free speech and court supervision. The seriousness of the matter was revealed by CNN's Caitlin Collins, who said, "Denver Trump has been found in contempt by the court for 9 breaches of the gag order, for which he will be fined $1,000 each." This Thursday is the second hearing about 4 further charges of infractions. As he deals with the legal fallout from his conduct, Trump's problems are becoming worse. The prosecution made a point of showing how obviously Trump had broken the gag order, underscoring how seriously the court takes this contempt for the law. The repercussions escalated because Trump disregarded the court's orders repeatedly in spite of repeated warnings. This most recent decision is yet another legal defeat for Trump, making his attempts to negotiate the post-presidential environment much more challenging. Trump has to use caution when he interacts with his followers on social media sites like Truth Social in order to stay out of further legal hot water. Trump is facing the possibility of imprisonment as he considers the repercussions of his conduct. Merchan's admonition is a sobering reminder that nobody is above the law, no matter how wealthy or powerful. Trump's future is still up in the air as he attempts to preserve his public persona and power while navigating the complicated legal landscape with the threat of prison time hanging over him. The nation's eyes are riveted to the courtroom as the narrative progresses, eagerly expecting the next development in this never-ending legal thriller. Former President Donald Trump suffered yet another blow as a judge handed down a harsh decision in his protracted legal dispute. Trump's attempts to manage a number of ongoing legal fights will be made more difficult by this judgment, which deals another blow to his legal challenges. According to Stuart Bishop of Law 360, the appeals court has denied his request to have Justice Juan removed from charge of the Manhattan hush money trial on Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. The court also rejected Trump's request to put the trial on hold until his claims of presidential immunity were heard by the Supreme Court. With this decision, Trump's legal situation becomes even more complicated. In Manhattan, he is accused of entering into a hush money arrangement for $34,000 with adult film actress Stormy Daniels. According to the prosecution, Trump paid Daniels to keep quiet about a sexual encounter they had before to the 2016 election. Of reference to Justice Merchan's daughter's participation in Democratic campaigns, Trump has charged the judge of prejudice. But Merchan had previously asked for a judicial ethics board to investigate this matter last year, and the body found no need for recusal. Trump continued to fight the recusal denial in spite of this. The fact that Trump's demands were denied highlights how serious his legal difficulties are. His efforts to influence the trial's direction have been rejected, demonstrating the judiciary's dedication to due process and impartiality. The court seems to have rejected Trump's accusations of prejudice against Justice Merchan, indicating that there was insufficient evidence to back up his charges. Furthermore, the importance of this issue in the legal and political arenas is shown by Trump's reliance on the impending Supreme Court decision about presidential immunity. This trial is the center of legal scrutiny and public interest since the verdict might have